Hey, what's going on, guys? This is CBC, and I'm continuing my subscriber assistance series. This one is with Shadowblade KT. Um, Strong player, knows what he's doing, just footsies is one of the biggest things I would like to mention. And I know you're listening too. I'll go right off the bat and say I have some notes that I did. I haven't watched these videos in a while, and I think about a day or two, which is a good thing because I give you my reaction of things that I see it and I know exactly what you could have done, but I also got my notes, which is you got too much patience. You let me do too much. You let me move around too much. In this game, you know, if I'm bouncing around and doing everything, I'm kind of creating the zone, and I'm making, like, in Street Fighter 4 they call it frame traps, and in MVC3 it might as well just be called movement traps or anything like that because limitations into stuff like that and things of what just happened here where you hard tagged, it allows you to do that, and I'm able to take advantage of that. If you ever got 2 meters, never hard tag, just DHC safely. The reason is Dr. Doom just died because of that. Meter management is one of the greatest things in this game. You know, it's easy to build meter. Never be afraid to waste it. Half the time, if you're smart enough with one character, anybody can actually destroy your character with just by 1 meter. Now, this is not a freeze or anything. This is actually lag that we had in the match. My internet was disconnecting a lot today. That day I was playing, sorry, but we got through that. And like I was mentioning, the only time people hard tag, obviously, when they know what's going to happen is when they're using Phoenix, right? I mean, they'll take that risk. They don't care. You know, they'll hard tag. You want to tag out, you have to make the decision whether you're going to take Phoenix out or bring her back in, or you're just going to kill the other character, but at the same time it's going to build the meter anyways. So if you have the meter, your character's going to die, always save DHC. You build red health, you save your character, you know, you create good positioning, and you have the characters to do that. So make sure you can continue to make it even better. Now, one of Wolverine's worst matchups is Deadpool. It's the only way that Wolverine can get around is if he super jumps, and if you super jump forward, all I would do is quick work, or you can do Berserker Slash. When you see that happen, I'm expecting it to happen. That's why I super jump sometimes and drop a grenade at a higher pace. This happens to a lot of Wolverines, but the thing is, once Wolverine gets in one combo, he can actually kill him. I saw you walking backwards. That's a 50-50 chance. There's a hitbox coming in behind you. There's not much I could say about that other than if I haven't teleported yet before you landed, if you're on the ground, just light jump. Don't take the chance. At this point, what you're doing is good. You're not letting me take advantage of the ground. You're keeping yourself at a light jump distance, which is what you're supposed to do because the grenades keep you immobile, and the only way I can actually shoot that high without getting punished is if I short jump and do it. Right there. If you knew the mechanics of Deadpool's Katanaramas, you would have been able to realize that I couldn't do a second OTG, and you could have X-Factored. That's something only Deadpool users know off the bat, but it's one note that I want you and anybody else to keep note of. Deadpool cannot do 2 OTGs, no character can, other than specified characters, which they usually can use assists, or Tron, stuff like that. If Deadpool does one Katanarama and then you see him do another, he can't do anything after it. So always punish, always. Another thing is, at this point, I was trying to do this for 20 seconds, which what you're doing is a good thing. You were not carelessly jumping in. If you got hit by any of the dive kick or the fists, you would have been off the grounded. It was a good thing that you did that, and I was surprised you were that patient. A lot of people end up breaking off, and it's one thing, waiting for someone to get opened up is you know, doing nothing sometimes is the better thing to do. Right here, you did start switching characters every other turn, so I don't really know who your mains are. Because of that, I just started to choose different characters after this as well. I started playing in a similar way where can you deal with projectiles, can you deal with being close in, and one thing I noticed is that when I'm max distance away from you, similar to this, you're having a much harder time dealing with me. When I'm more close, your close quarter combat is a lot better, which is a good thing. Because your characters that you have are a lot better. One thing is that you got to utilize Taskmaster's arrows more. In fact, you can wildcard a super. Nobody can punish Taskmaster after that if you're at a light jump distance. It was a good block you did here, but I would like you to use his arrows more. Taskmaster's arrows are some of the strongest projectiles. It's 160 damage if you hit them all 3 of them. Chip damage is still great too. Right here, good thing you got rid of my Deadpool, because chip damage, you don't want to keep taking chip damage. Right here, I'm not a Dante user, but all I know is that you can utilize your teleport much greater. You can cancel your special, you can do tricks, you can dash right away, you can get your mobility a lot greater. Dr. Doom. One thing about my team is Dr. Doom is my weakness. The only thing is when Dr. Doom can get in, he can deal all the damage. Right here, no matter what distance, against Ryu, against Akuma, the only person that can defend against a missile that's coming in is Chun-Li. If you know a missile's coming, make the decision. If you really wanted to kill me, you could have just X-Factored, dashed, and do your super again, or X-Factor, teleport, and kill me off. You gotta make those critical decisions, because you don't want to make this game a fight where it's 1v1, v1, v1, your character dies, whatever, okay, I got my second character coming. It's a much more team-based game, and it's a lot of people do it. Even I do that. It's a mistake where I make. It's like I forget. It's like if my character's about to die, I'll come in with a full health character so I don't gotta lose meter. But just DHC, get your character out there. Let him recover, you know? It's something that happened once, and it was a good X factor there. I wasn't 100% sure if you were gonna do that. And you never once went for the overhead. Spencer's overhead is fast, and that thing hurts. Get your training into it, because you can do the armor piecer after it, and you can actually combo into it with your hyper. At this team I'm running with Iron Man, Dr. Doom, and Hager. In my eyes, I feel that Iron Man's just a faster Dr. Doom, and in certain situations he's much better. His assists, not as much. He's got his Unibeam assist, which is a great one. His OTG one comes out awfully slow, but they're both good characters, and I wanted to see how you can deal with a little bit more speed and a little bit more in your face kind of techniques. And you know, missed combos here will kill Dante, but won't kill Dante. But Dante at this point, because of his health, should die. I didn't want to leave your character with a level 3, so I decided to tag him out. What I want you to what I would have wanted you to do is you got to make the decision: who's your better level 3 X Factor character, right? Because if you don't get Spencer out and I end up killing Spencer, Dante's coming in with low life. Any character with level 3 that has low life is not a great character anymore. It doesn't matter who it is. Even Dark Phoenix, if she has low life, in X Factor 3, one hit, whatever, you just spam. But you know, so for the majority of the part, I hope these matches helped. And you know, watching yourself is always a great thing. You can actually see a lot of things you did, and you'll be like, "What? Why did I even do that?" But learn characters' move and go learn how to punish them properly. There were so many times where I was doing Doom missiles, and you could have killed me. And mobility, you know, you got the combos down. I just was moving around too much that you weren't able to open me up. So once you start moving around a lot more, you start making your opponents have limited options when it comes to moving around. And what that does is it actually gets you more chances to open people up. And while you're doing that, you never want to forget to call your assist. And you might want to change around which assist you use. And also, you did change around a lot of your team members. You know, find a good 3. If you're gonna have other characters as backup, make it 4 characters for now. Choose them so that you can actually practice them, you know. The best thing is knowing exactly what your character can do to the max potential. When you do that, situations never go as planned like they do in practice mode, in training room. Once you start doing that in the outside and against people, not only online, because online, you know, it's lag, input lag, and all that kind of stuff. It's much different than offline play, but it's the next best thing you can have to learning and how to adapt. There was a lot of situations where I was going unpunished, and when I realized that, I was moving around much more than you would want me to allow, and you weren't punishing me when you should have. So I hope you can rewatch some of the stuff, rewatch your videos. I would love to play again in like the next short while when you improve, because everybody's always constantly improving. There's never an end to that. So whatever you got, one thing is your footsies. The combos you got down. Like I said earlier, it was just that I wouldn't stop moving. And sometimes when you were hitting me, I was being hit from the air, and you can't properly punish people from the air unless you're Magneto or Spencer. So it was some good matches, and message me about anything, and I'll also message you back with a good small notes on some things that I wrote down during our matches. So take care, guys. Hope everybody enjoyed. Thanks for all subscribers, like always. Greatly appreciated, and continuing the subscriber battle series. See you guys.